Imagine that everything around you is not what it seems. Your home, your friends, the starry sky, all just lines of code. Every event in your life might not be a coincidence, but the result of a vast computer created by someone far beyond our understanding. Now think, how would you know if this were true? Sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie. Maybe. But today, scientists, philosophers, and even some physicists are seriously thinking about this idea. Let's explore together. Is there a chance that we are actually living in a galactic simulation? What is the simulation hypothesis? Let's first understand what this idea is about. The simulation hypothesis suggests that our entire universe could be a complex computer program and real characters inside it. This idea was popularized by Swedish philosopher Nick Bostrom in the early 2000s. The core of his argument is simple. If future civilizations become capable of creating simulations so advanced that they would be indistinguishable from reality, and if many such simulations exist, then it is mathematically much more likely that we are inside one of them rather than in the real physical universe. Why is this idea so fascinating? Let's forget for a moment how strange this sounds. Look around. Technology is advancing incredibly fast. In the last 100 years, we've gone from the first airplanes to landing spacecraft on other planets. Modern video games already create astonishingly realistic worlds. If we imagine that technological progress continues, then perhaps in hundreds or thousands of years we will be able to create such simulations ourselves, where digital people live, unaware that they are part of a program. So the question arises, could someone have done this before us? What are the arguments in favor of the simulation hypothesis? The first argument is the rapid growth of computer technology. If computational development continues at the same pace, in time computers will have enough power to simulate entire planets, billions of living beings, and complex physical laws. The second argument is the strangeness of the universe itself. Take quantum mechanics, for example. At the deepest level, reality behaves in very unusual ways. Particles appear and disappear, and they can exist in several states at once. Some scientists joke that this resembles the way a computer conserves resources by rendering only what we are observing. Another oddity is the fine-tuning of the fundamental constants of nature. They are set so precisely that even a slight change would make life impossible. Some believe this could be a sign of a fine-tuned simulation. An important point: so far, there is no direct evidence that we are living in a simulation. Everything we're talking about is still hypotheses and speculation. But the very question itself forces us to look at reality from a new perspective. Scientists are even designing experiments to test this idea. For example, they are searching for pixels in the structure of spacetime. If space and time are a digital grid, like your computer screen, then its granularity could be detected. So far, no such findings have been made, but who knows what we may discover in the future. Now for the most fascinating part. If the simulation exists, then who started it? The usual idea is that it was created by an advanced civilization, but there's an even more exciting possibility. Our simulation could be part of a vast galactic program. Imagine that not just one planet, but the entire galaxy is simply an experiment. Perhaps someone is studying how stars, planets, and life forms evolve in different parts of the universe. And maybe there are billions of such simulations throughout the cosmos, and ours is just one of them. There's an even more provocative idea. Maybe our simulation is simply a form of entertainment. Just as we play complex games with virtual worlds today, perhaps in the distant future someone created a simulation of an entire civilization for their own amusement. In that case, everything that happens to us might just be part of a scenario in someone else's game. Maybe someone is watching how we respond to challenges, how we solve problems, how we develop and build culture. Such an idea might seem frightening, but we can look at it differently. Even if we are part of a simulation, our feelings, dreams, love, and joys are still real to us. We live in a world that feels real, and that's what matters. Moreover, the simulation hypothesis prompts us to reflect on important questions. What does it mean to be human? What is consciousness? What are the limits of our knowledge about the universe? Not all scientists support the idea of a simulation. Some think it's nothing more than a philosophical game. Others point out that even if a simulation does exist, we might never find a way to prove it. But there are also those who believe the simulation hypothesis is a good reason to reflect on how the world is structured and how we perceive reality. After all, if we imagine that we live in a simulation, it suggests that the universe is not only physical but also informational. Can we escape the simulation? An interesting question. If we really are inside a simulation, can we somehow exit it? No one knows the answer, but the question itself is very powerful. It drives us to explore the limits of human knowledge, technology, and philosophy. Are we living in a galactic simulation? We don't have an answer yet, but the very possibility that our universe is just part of a vast program gives us a reason to look at the starry sky with wonder and awe. And even if everything around us is a simulation, that doesn't diminish our uniqueness. We can love, dream, create, and seek truth, and that is what makes us real. After all, whatever lies at the foundation of our world, it is the only one we have. And perhaps this is where the true value of life lies.